这个英语题。Hello everyone, welcome to today's live stream. This is Ida from Ionization Metallurgical Materials. Yes, and today we are going to talk about ferronickel. Yes, ferronickel is a very important material in modern metallurgy, especially in stainless steel production. But from our experience, many buyers, especially new buyers or new traders, often have questions like what is the difference between ferronickel and nickel metal, how to understand the ferronickel grades, and how to choose between ferronickel and other nickel sources. Yes, so today I will explain what ferronickel is, how is the ferronickel produced, and how grades work. Today's live is not only about understanding the ferronickel, but also about the planning ahead. Yes. Because now we are in March, so many of our customers are starting to prepare for the Q2 production and raw material planning. So today we our live stream will to talk about the uh, Ferronickel and also the planning ahead. Okay, so first, what is the Ferronickel? What is Ferronickel? Yeah. Uh, the Let's start from the basics. The Ferronickel is an alloy of iron and nickel. Yes. Wait a moment. Okay. So ferronickel is an alloy of iron and nickel used mainly as a nickel source in steel making. Instead of adding pure nickel metal, many steel plants use ferronickel because it's more cost effective, easier to handle in bulk and suitable for large scale production. Yes. Um, for its comparison, such as the nickel metal, it has the high purity and it's more expensive. But ferronickel, it has lower cost and it's widely used. So and ferronickel, uh, so so the Ferronickel offers a cost-effective bulk solution with uh, the Ferronickel offer a cost-effective bulk solution. Yes, and its uh, uh, its content, the Ferronickel typically contains the nickel content around 10% to 40%. The detailed content depending on the grades. Yes, and then the iron is the balance. So ferronickel, when you buy ferronickel, or you are planning to buy ferronickel, you are essentially buying nickel units in alloy form. Yes, and then uh, we just now talk about the what is ferronickel. Yes, and then we will talk about the how ferronickel is produced. Yes, understanding the production process helps the buyers understand the why quality and the supply of stability matter. And matter. Yes. Okay. So uh, about the production process of the ferronickel. We first we must know ferronickel is mainly produced from the literate nickel ore, and there are two main production routes. Yes, the first is blast furnace route. It's it has lower cost. It's lower cost and a large scale production, more common for standard nickel. Yes, just like the PowerPoint. It's cost effective and using uh, literate or traditional. It's a traditional method with a high output capacity. Yes, and the other production route is the electric furnace. It's also the RKEF process. Um, it's a rotary uh, clean electric furnace and more controlled composition, and widely used in modern plants. Yes. So, uh, as so it can offer better control over composition and quality, more energy intensive but process. Yes. And when produce the ferronickel, the key import is the laterite ore. Yes, we know it's the main raw material, and the energy core that such as the coal and the electricity, and the furnace operation expertise. Supply chain stability is critical for the supply uh, for the supply impact. We first know the production depends on just the way like just the way that the all supply energy energy cost and the furnace operation. So the supply impact, you know, the production uh, the isn't instantly adjustable. Yes, this is important. we when we talk about uh, the post-holiday supply because the production not instantly adjustable and lead times required for capacity changes. Plan procurement early. So if you need or if you plan to purchase the Ferronickel, remember uh inquiring the remember 那叫什么 pre plan 提前计划嘛 Yes, and then I'd like to introduce the Ferronickel grades. Yes, uh uh from the Ferronickel grade, uh, it's the commonly defined by the first is nickel content. It's also the most important, and then the impurity. Yes, the for example, when we mention the Ferronickel 10, it means uh, the this grade has 10% nickel, and Ferronickel 20 means 20% nickel. Also, the Ferronickel 30 means 30% nickel. And in Ferronickel, uh, although we said uh, although we said the iron is balanced. The iron is balanced. Besides the nickel and the iron is balanced, but actually there are also some impurities such as the carbon, the silicon, the sulfur, and the phosphorus. So there is a key idea for buyers. You are not just buying ferronickel, you are buying nickel unites and process compatibility. Yes. For example, two suppliers suppliers both offer uh, two suppliers both offer Ferronickel 20, but one has a higher silicon that may affect the slide, and one has a high carbon and it affects the steel chemistry. So uh, so always check for compositions and not just the nickel percent. Yes. And I want to show the different barnacle grades and different barnacle grades and different application. Yes, please. Um, please check this page. Yes, this page shows the different Ferronickel grades and the different application, such as the Ferronickel 10 grade. Yes, its nickel content about 8 to 12%, and it's suitable for low nickel alloy steel and foundry application. And for the ferronickel 20 grade, yes, it's nickel content between 18 to 22%. It's mainstream grade for 300 series stainless steel production. So, the for the ferronickel 30, yes, ferronickel 30 grade, its nickel content about 28 to 20 to 32%. Yes, it's a premium grader for specialty steel and precision alloys. These are the different ferronickel grades, and for its different for their different application for your reference. And there also highlight 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 the impurities, yes, just like we said before, the impurities also influence uh, the also influence the effect effective of the barnacle. Yes, so the carbon, silicon, sulfur, and phosphorus levels it affects the steel quality, the impurity. So we will also uh, we will also control the impurities, and always verify the full composition report to get the better effect. Always check the full composition, not just the nickel content. Okay, then we just explain the Ferronickel grades. In the next part, we will discuss the main application of the Ferronickel. The main application for the Ferronickel, just like the PPT, the PowerPoint. The first is the stainless steel production, the core market. Ferronickel is mainly used to produce authentic stainless steel like 300 series, and the nickel improves the corrosion resistance, toughness, and ductility. Yes, that is the largest demand driver globally. The next application is the alloy steel. The ferronickel is used in structural steels, special in engineering materials. Yes, and the third application for the Ferronickel is the foundry or and other useless common. Yeah, and other uses, yes, less common but still relevant in some application. And buyers will choose the different nickel sources. There are different option, uh, different choice choices. Yes, such as the ferronickel and metal nickel and the nickel pickle iron, the NPI. Yes, buyers often compare the different nickel sources to choose the right uh, right nickel source, and the for and 那叫什么？But what's the difference between ferronickel and other nickel sources? There, I'd like to show some difference between them for you. Yes, there shows the ferronickel and other. There shows the ferronickel and nickel picker iron. This yes, the other nickel source, their difference. Yes, the ferronickel we know it costs actually the ferronickel 呀这没有放 metal just from the nickel metal from we will discuss uh, the 3 point to compare them. The first is the cost and then the purity and the usage. Yes. So we know the nickel metal is the very high purity, but also its cost is also very high, and its usage is the precision alloys. And for the better cost from the commercial division, from the cost division, uh, we usually we will check the Ferronickel and the NPI. And we know the Ferronickel, its purity is medium, and also its cost is medium. It's mainly usage in stainless steel. And for the NPI, its purity lower, and also its cost is low, and its usage in cost-driven production, such as the 200 series stainless. Yes, because it's a high impurity, and for so the ferronickel uh, is better for its balance of cost and quality. And then, what the buyers care about. From real client communication, buyers, when they buy the Ferronickel, they always care about the stable nickel content, the low harmful impurities, and the consistent supply and the delivery reliability, but not just the price. So, when you are coming to buy the furniture, uh, this these terms must be must be noticed. Yes, about the stable nickel content, the low harmful impurities, consistent supply and delivery reliability. And for the because we are in March and maybe someone uh think about the Q2 planning. Yes, and we'll know the Chinese New Year uh have 那个叫什么？我不能这么说。After Chinese New Year, the production is recovering, but not always at full capacity. And some factories are still stabilizing furnace operation. And the logistic is improving, but still adjusting in some regions. So in March, many buyers often see is the transition period between holiday recovery and stable production. So there are some importance for the Q2 buyers. Yes, if you are planning for April, May, or even early June, now it's actually a key planning window. Yes, because the foreign nickel production depends on the where what we just said uh the continuous furnace operation, the material supply, yes, the nickel ore, and the energy and the cost control. So, because it can't be adjusted instantly based on certain orders. So, if you are planning to make the procurement, the better is to the better is makes is make is to make the choice early. Yes, because if the planning is too late, buyers may face less flexible delivery schedules and limited specifications of availability and process fluctuations due to demand concentration. Yes, especially when multiple buyers enter the market at the same time. So for customers with stable stainless steel production, regular monthly consumption, a more practical approach is start discussing the Q2 demand in advance, even if shipment is planned for April or May. This will allow better production scheduling and more stable supply and clear delivery uh, timelines. This is not about placing orders earlier under pressure, but about reducing the uncertainty in your supply chain. From our experience, customers who plan earlier usually have smoother delivery, more consistent materials supply. So we also would be like to support. We also uh, would be happy to support the buyers. At our company, we'll focus on stable supply, clear communication, practical solutions, and for Q2 the second quarter, yes, we are already aligning our production planning with expected customer demand. Yes, so if you already have a rough idea of your requirements, early communication always help us provide a more stable and predictable supply schedule. Okay, and I'd like to share our factory's video with you. Please watch it with me. So, uh, today, so I have explained the Ferronickel. Yes, the such as the what Ferronickel is and how it's produced and how great it work and some suggestions for the future planning. Yes, if you are interested in the Ferronickel now and you like to plan for the Q2 procurement, welcome to leave your comments in our comment area, or you can also check our uh, our website to leave your message, and then we our sellers will contact you and answer your inquiry as soon as possible. So if you are also interested in other ferroalloys such as ferrochrome, ferrosilicon, the nitrate alloys or other ferroalloys. Also, with please also please leave your message um, in our comment uh, or check our website to leave your message. Would be happy to support your commercial. Yes, and I'd like to repeat and let me this let me introduce the foreign again. If you are interested in it, welcome to discuss it with us. Just leave your message, leave your comment in the comment area. Yes, so again, what is the ferronickel? Ferronickel is an alloy of iron and nickel. Yes, it's used mainly as a nickel source in steel making. Instead of adding the pure nickel metal, many steel pellets use the ferronickel because the nickel metal is a very its price is very high. Yes, and the ferronickel is more cost effective and easier to handle in bulk and suitable for large scale production, such as let's compare the nickel metal and the ferronickel. We will find the nickel metal high purity but expensive. The ferronickel low cost and widely used. So ferronickel is widely used in steel making, and for the ferronickel, it typically contains such as the nickel content around 10% to 40%. The detailed the detailed the detailed nickel content depending on its grade, and the iron uh, iron is regarded as the balance. So when you buy ferronickel, you are essentially buying the nickel units in alloy form. Yes, you are essentially buying the ferronickel because it's lower cost and widely used. It's more cost effective, easier to handle in bulk, and suitable for large scale production. Yes, and we'll know the what is the ferronickel, but we also uh, want to ask how maybe someone also want to ask how ferronickel is produced. Um, Understanding the production process help us buyers understand why quality and supply stability matter. Yes, we know the ferronickel is mainly produced from the laterite nickel ore. It's the main raw material, and the production will depend on the oil supply and the energy cost and the furnace operation. So we know the supply is not essentially adjustable. That's important when we talk about the material supply. Yes, and there are two main production routes. Yes, the first is blast furnace route. It's lower cost, larger scale production, and more common for standard Ferronickel. The next is the other is the electric furnace. It's also called the arc EF process. Yes, it uses the electric furnace and more controlled composition and widely used in modern plants. There are these are two main production routes for the Ferronickel. And we know the Ferronickel its nickel content uh, between 10% to 40%, and there are also different Ferronickel grades, and the grades are mainly defined by the nickel content and the impurity. For example, the Ferronickel 10, it means the 10% nickel. Ferronickel 20 means 20% nickel, and Ferronickel 30 means 30% nickel. And for the Ferronickel 10, is actually the nickel content between 8 to 12%, and it's suitable for low nickel alloy steel and foundry application. And for the Ferronickel 20, its nickel content between 80 to 22% means stream grade for 300 series stainless steel production. Yes, and for the Ferronickel 30, its nickel content between 200 to 28 to 32%. Yes, it's also prime grades for specialty steel and precision alloys. Besides, the nickel content is also we regard the iron as the balance, but actually the impurities uh, also also the key content, the critical critical 那个叫什么 critical is the impurities is also important. It's the key content. Yes, such as the impurities such in the Ferronickel, such as the carbon, the silicon, the sulfur, and the phosphorus. These impurities affect the steel steel quality. So when you buy the Ferronickel, always verify all full composition reports. Yes, you are not just buying the Ferronickel, you are buying the nickel units at the process compatibility. Yes, for example, there are two supplies both for the Ferronickel 20, but one has a higher silicon. This may affect the slag, and one has the higher carbon. It will affect steel chemistry. So uh, when you plan to purchase the Ferronickel, always check the full composition and not just the nickel content. And for the Ferronickel, it's me. What's what the main application? The main application there are three main application. Yes, the first is the stainless steel production. Yes, ferronickel is mainly used to produce authentic stainless steel like 300 series, and nickel improves the corrosion resistance, softness, and ductility. This is the largest demand driver globally. And the second application is the alloy steel. It's used the ferronickel used in structural steels, special and jewelry materials. And the third application is the foundry and other uses, less common but still relevant in some application. Um, for the nickel source, we just set the ferronickel and the metal nickel. We know the metal nickel is very high purity, but it's very expensive, and its usage in precision alloys. The Ferronickel offers the balance between cost and control, but also uh, there are other nickel sources uh, such as the nickel pig iron, the NPI. Yes, for the uh, we know the ferronickel nickel content is between 10% to 40%, and it's used in stainless steel, alloy steel, and the balance of cost and quality. And for the NPI, its nickel content uh, is lower. Yes, just 1.5 to 15%, and its cost is lower, and it has lower purity, but it's also used in 200 series stainless. The uh, difference between the ferronickel is higher impurity in nickel people iron. So because we are in March now, some buyers are planning to are planning for the Q2 procurement. For the but for the current situation, we know the production is recovering in China, but not always at full capacity. Some factories are still stabilizing finance operations. Logistics is improving, but still adjusting in some regions. So in March, what we often see is a transition period between holiday recovery and stable production. So, for Q2 buyers, there are some importance. If you are planning for the April, May, or even early June, now is actually a key planning window because Ferronickel production depends on the continuous furnace operation, raw material supply, yes, the nickel ore, and the energy and the cost control. So it can be adjusted externally based on certain order certain orders. So the earlier uh you prepare for the cure procurement, the uh better the better 什么 and so if the planning is too late, buyers may face the less flexible delivery schedules and limited specification availability, and price fluctuations due to demand concentration, especially when multiple buyers enter the market at the same time. So for customers with stable stainless steel production, regular monthly consumption, a more practical approach is start discussing the Q2 demand in advance, even if shipment is planned for April or May. This allows better production scheduling, more stable supply, and clear delivery timelines. So that it's not about placing order earlier and pressure, but about reducing uncertainty in your supply chain. From our experience, customers who plan earlier usually have a smoother delivery, more consistent material supply. And at our company, we focus on stable supply, clear communication, and critical solutions. For Q2, we are already aligning our production planning based on expected customer demands. So if you already have a rough idea of your requirements, earlier communication always help us provide a more stable and predictable supply schedule. Yes. So today we talked about Ferronickel basics, grades, and applications, and importantly how to think about the Q2 supply planning. If you are preparing your raw materials for the next quarter, feel free to reach out and discuss your requirements. If you are planning your Q2 procurement, feel free to contact us and discuss your requirements. And thank you for joining today's live, and hope to see you next time. And in the end, let's use the video of our factory as the end.